Find a designated driver and don't get behind the wheel if you've been drinking. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow is up 199 points this hour. NASDAQ down 42. The S&P 500 is up 5. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 9:04.
This report sponsored by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com.
These days, there are Books of the Month clubs, Jelly of the Month clubs, and even a Sock of the Month club. But they can't beat our club. You can sign up for clubs delivering cheese, cigars, bacon, and bow ties. But do any of those clubs provide comfort? Okay, maybe the bacon. But no other club achieves the level of monthly comfort produced by Club 1717 from Mr. Holland's Home Services. The Jerky of the Month Club can't offer guaranteed 2-day priority service and same-day emergency service on heating and air and plumbing and electrical work. The Mustache of the Month Club doesn't give you discounts on repairs and new equipment. And the Nuts of the Month Club won't perform biannual precision tune-ups and safety checks on your equipment. But we do. Join Club 1717 for just $17.17 a month. Call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. Want to join the coolest club in town? We can help.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, drinking and driving will change your whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Packers crushed the Ravens 30-7 in their preseason finale on Saturday. Packers battle the Eagles in Brazil to kick off the regular season Friday, September 6th. Athletics salvaged their season against the Brewers following a 4-3 victory in the finale from Oakland. Brewers back home tomorrow night. Take a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. An incident on the exit to Howard Avenue from I-43 North that may be causing a little bit of slowing there. Otherwise, no major problems on the freeway system. A little bit of slowing in the I-43 South, Brown Deer Road to downtown. Construction in that area. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. An excessive heat warning in effect from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. today for Dodge, Jefferson, and Walworth counties. A heat advisory at that same time frame, 1 to 8 for Milwaukee, Racine, Waukesha, Washington, Fond du Lac, and Kenosha counties. And then tomorrow, an excessive heat watch for all of southeast Wisconsin from 1 to 8. It is going to be hot and humid today with highs 90 lakeside, 94 inland. That heat index up to 105 today. Partly cloudy, a chance of storms tonight. Humid, warm, low 73. Chance of storms again tomorrow. Very hot and humid. Heat index 100 to 110. Partly cloudy Wednesday, 80. Chance of storms on Thursday. High again of 80. And partly cloudy on Friday with a chance of storms in the morning on Friday and a high of 82. Right now, Madison's at 77, 79 in Green Bay and Milwaukee at 81 degrees. I'm Connie Weber, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 9:08.
Good morning, Wisconsin. So let's pour that coffee and talk to some experts about what's going on in Milwaukee, Madison, Washington, and beyond. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. It's the Political Power Hour on WTMJ. Here's your host, Steve Scaffidi.
Should we talk about the government?
I give a hard yes to that one. Yes, good morning. Happy Monday. Matt Smith alongside from Channel 12, political director, fresh off the DNC.
Happy Monday.
Yeah. So how was it down there? I mean, you were all in on the whole day, the whole night?
It was wild. It was a busy week. Just like the RNC here in Milwaukee. It was nonstop, beginning to end, Monday to Thursday night.
This has nothing to do with politics, but do you have to dress up the whole day? Did you have the suit on the whole day?
Yeah. Listen, though, you learn one thing after doing conventions is you wear comfortable shoes.
Oh.
So listen, you got very comfortable. Like now they make like the kind of comfortable dress shoes, right? That kind of look dressy but are tennis shoes.
Yes.
So you got those on the feet. You got a shirt and tie on top, and then maybe some more comfortable.
Did you
pants.
stay hydrated?
I did.
Okay.
Lots of water.
Yeah, because
you know what? The weather was perfect. Just like it was
nice.
here in Milwaukee for the back half. It was perfect in Chicago. Mid-70s, sunny. It was great.
All right, so we're going to do a couple different things today. So my show poll today is basically asking, and if you're not on the Twit, which is a great life choice, by the way, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sick are you of politics? 10 being like, I'm tired of the noise and the nonsense. I'm not asking you that, but I'm like, where do you think people are? I think there's going to be like this lull between now and the debate where I know they're going out. I saw Trump is at the Arlington National Cemetery, which is a great, amazing place to be on this day, the anniversary of the Afghanistan withdrawal. Where do you think people are at?
I think people are going to be between 8 and 10.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Is that what the poll's showing?
Yeah, it's like 60%.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
I would put 11. Spinal tap. You know the spinal tap. Yeah. About 11. Yeah, I would. That's my bad English accent. I think there's going to be a lull. Now, we were talking before the show. Couple little benchmarks, right?
Yeah.
So we certainly have the September 10th debate. Although we're watching when Connie Weber's doing the news. All of a sudden, maybe it's not a done deal.
Yeah, there's new reporting this morning. So Trump put out on True Social last night criticizing ABC and this week, their Sunday morning show, and then kind of hinted at the fact that he may or may not do the debate on September 10th. There's new reporting also from Politico this morning that there's still a disagreement among the campaigns about whether to mute the microphones when they're not speaking. Remember back on CNN, they agreed that the microphones would be muted when it's not your turn, and apparently that's still a contentious point.
But Donald Trump is saying that he doesn't want he wants the mics muted.
Now the Trump campaign wants the mics muted. The Harris campaign wants them open the entire event.
So that's a 180 for the Trump campaign, right? Because they wanted him on for the previous debate.
They came to that agreement, with the Biden campaign. And their argument is, listen, we agreed to the September 10th debate with these rules, with what they thought would be Biden, so let's keep the rules in place. And the Harris campaign is saying we need to revisit this. So where this all stands, we're only a week and a half out from that debate. We talked with ABC News Washington Bureau Chief Rick Klein down at the convention, and he told us, listen, their biggest concern is the unknown. Yeah, they're doing all the debate prep, but it's like our biggest concern is getting the two candidates in the room in Philly on that night.
Do you think that's going to be the only debate?
Listen, I don't know.
I don't know either. Again, we were talking before the show. There's a lot of uncertainty in this race.
A ton of uncertainty.
If you look back, just the craziness of the Democratic side of this thing, where
5 weeks ago.
Yeah, Joe Biden's a candidate. All of a sudden, he's gone. Then, boom, Kamala Harris is ushered in. A lot of people, including some Democrats, going, what happened here? All of a sudden, it's done. We haven't even gotten to the convention. It was certainly a party last week in Chicago.
Yeah.
It was a coronation, really.
Yeah.
How's the music acts? Good?
It depends on what you like, right? There was all this speculation that Beyonce was going to be there on the final night.
What happened with that?
I don't know. And then she didn't show up.
About it.
Everyone in the room, TMZ reported it that afternoon, and I think that gave it some levity. And there were a lot of people, delegates, people in the room who thought it was going to happen, and then it didn't. But you know what? Maybe the campaign just kind of let that go to get people to tune in. Who knows?
Does your station carry TMZ? No. Okay. As a real journalist, does it bother you that people are
looking at TMZ?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Sometimes they get stuff right clearly. This time they did not.
They get the celebrity stuff right.
Yeah. Which is why with this they thought, well, maybe it is going to happen.
Yeah, I guess because it's celebrity crossing over to politics, which is a thing now, apparently.
Yeah.
I saw somebody posting over the weekend that I wish I could remember who it was, but it's like, can we get the celebrity out of the politics a little bit?
Yeah, a lot of celebrity at the DNC.
Yeah.
James Taylor was supposed to perform Monday night. They canned him because they ran out of time. Like that they went way over time.
As a
Monday.
Boomer, that hurt my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably don't even know. James,
I know who he is.
Fire and Rain.
Yeah. I know the song.
Candyman.
Yeah. I think when you can compare like celebrity lists, DNC compared to RNC, right? I think the DNC had actors and actresses like emceeing or hosting each primetime event, and the RNC was more the official party side.
All right, text line is heating up today. If there's something that's on point and relevant, we'll certainly give it a listen or give it a read. 855-616-1620. If you have a question for Matt Smith, Channel 12 political director, or yours truly, fire it off. We'll try to get it in if it makes sense. into what we're doing today, which I can tell you, I was on a boat ride this morning with my friend Ian Abston and the Like the Hone folks. And
you've had a busy day already.
I was up at 5 today.
Look at you.
Yeah, but I feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let politics bring me down, Matt Smith.
You're going to go on our boat at 6:30 in the morning.
I'm going to on a Monday when I probably would have rather done it on a Friday. All right, we got lots to get to on that. We're going to get back to politics, trust me. I'm just in a good mood today. Hey, that's sometimes what happens when you enjoy what you're doing. Never go into your Monday with a bad mood. Never do it. All right, we got to take a break here. 620 WTMJ.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch.
Go to a place of safety now. A tornado warning is in effect.
The danger in the thunderstorm alone is definitely there, with wind gusts towards 50 miles per hour and lots of lightning in the storm system.
Keeping you updated on the weather so you can keep you and your family safe with severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
Hey, it's time for me to talk, Steve Scaffidi. Yes, I'm talking about my next WTMJ listener trip. If you're listening to Fox World Travel Show on Saturday, Colleen and I teed it up for you. All right, so 2 weeks in Sicily, and we added Malta because I've always wanted to go there. It's a separate country now, one of the most ancient places on earth. October of 2025, Sicily, fascinating island. At least half of my heritage comes directly from that island. My grandmother and grandfather came over in the early 1900s. We're going to spend time seeing everything, going to the old towns, the amazing coastlines, all the archaeological sites. Hey, and they got a live active volcano there to mix into the excitement. And bonus, we head to Malta, beautiful Malta, one of the smallest and friendliest countries in the world. My wife, Kathy, and I would love to have you join us. I said this Saturday, I'll say it again. This trip will sell out quickly. We sold out Tuscany in about a week and a half. There's an early booking discount. Take advantage of it. It will make it cheaper for you. How do you find out? 866-GO-FOX-GO. 866-GO-FOX-GO. And if you want to go to the website, you can do that as well, foxroadtravel.com. And then go click on the Sicily and Malta Mosaic, MOSAIC, and you'll see our whole itinerary. It's amazing. You want to go with us. Do not miss this opportunity. Matt, you would go with us, wouldn't you?
100%.
All right, of course you would. All right, got to take another break. Lots more show to get to. Political Power Hour, 620 WTMJ.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, I'm Jeff Lettering alongside Gina Della from Pella.
Thanks, Jeff. How do you say welcome?
With a new entry door from Pella.
Say it with color.
Like baseball bat oak or foul pole yellow?
Say it with class.
Like following players' unwritten baseball rules.
With clarity.
Like a no-doubter shot off the scoreboard.
And with this great deal, 0% interest for up to 60 months with no money down and equal payments.
That's the ball game. A Pella walk-off.
Schedule your free and home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See 31-2024.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
All right. Sign up for my upcoming. I love James Taylor, by the way. Sign up. And I bet you Spano and the folks at Annex love James Taylor as well. And they did him wrong. That's an op-ed in the actual liner. All right. My friends at Annex Wealth Management, I love doing their webinars. So I'm going to be joined by the Director of Retirement Plan Services. For all those boomers out there, anybody else who's thinking about retirement, Tom Parks is the guy. We're going to discuss the essentials of 401k plans, why they're important for your financial future. In the webinar, you will learn the basics of 401k, the benefits, the steps to be involved in a 401k plan, the differences between pre-tax and Roth. I've learned that now by working with Annex. All the strategies to maximize your growth potential. Whether you're new to retirement planning or looking to refine your existing strategy, this event is tailored to empower you with the knowledge to take control of your financial future. Here's what you got to do. Visit the Annex Wealth Management webinar page right there on WTMJ.com. It's Friday, September 6th, 2024. I'm actually coming back from Vegas, talk about spending your retirement money, to do this webinar live with Tom Parks. Friday, September 6th, 2024, 1 p.m. Sign up!
What are we going to see in Wisconsin from Republicans over the next 72 days?
Governor Thompson and I had a chance to talk to some of Trump's people last week. I think the former president will be in Wisconsin at least 4 times. I expect J.D. Vance to be there every week.
How big of a deal are the debates coming up, both for Trump-Harris and then the vice presidential?
Well, I think they're huge. I mean, obviously it was decisive on June 27th. That was the end of Joe Biden's political career. So Donald Trump has debated a woman before, Hillary Clinton 2016. He has to handle that correctly.
I know that the reporters who cover the candidates are going to be very busy. Matt Smith, Channel 12, political director. You are going to be covering all these visits, and there are going to be many on both sides. We're probably going to see both of the presidential candidates and the vice presidential candidates as well.
Yeah, Bill McCoshen, good friend.
I know. I didn't want to give him too much love because Bill's on every Friday, and whenever we want to get him on, and he is
well-deserving love.
He is a good expert on politics.
He is, but he made some news there when he said that him and former Governor Thompson were talking with the Trump campaign.
Yeah.
Trump at least 4 times, J.D. Vance likely every week in Wisconsin from now until election day.
I don't know
Trump's
if I
going to be
believe
in
that.
Trump's going to be in La Crosse on Thursday, so there's one.
J.D. Vance every
That's
week.
a lot.
I think every 2 weeks would be make more.
I mean, I think when you look at this week, right, if Trump is here, Vance will probably be somewhere else, right? But perhaps on the off weeks, that's when we're going to see J.D. Vance. And he's been going around doing all the swing states, doing quick hits in and out to get some of the local media coverage. And that's the strategy for him, is to get him out as fast as they can and as much as they can.
Do you think that the strategy has to be Wisconsin is the place you have to win to be the president?
Yeah.
It's almost like it's coming down to that.
It is.
Obviously, Pennsylvania matters,
Yep.
right? And Michigan.
Yep.
And a few others. But
Yeah.
it seems like Wisconsin might be that one way or the other that decides this election.
I mean, both campaigns will tell you it is incredibly difficult to get to the White House if you lose Wisconsin. There are options, but you got to do a lot of good things. And if you lose Wisconsin, it's really, really bad.
All right, so this week in politics, we see the former president. He's at the Arlington National Cemetery, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which have you ever been? It's absolutely amazing. It blows you away. One of the most respectful places in this country and on this planet. So that's a smart campaign stop. It sounds like the Kamala Harris campaign's taking sort of a breather. At least they did this weekend.
Listen, the Republicans have continued to say and hammer in that if Trump focuses on the issues, the economy, immigration, security, and that's what he was looking to do this morning at Arlington, that's how Republicans and that's how Trump remains competitive. Democrats, as we saw coming out of the convention last week, are looking to make this about Trump, right? And that's what they see as their winning strategy, is to say, remember. And Republicans are saying, were you better off 4 years ago? Both Democrats and Republicans are taking that question and have vastly different answers. So it's going to be curious to see what voters decide, right?
Over the weekend, I filled up my tank.
Yeah.
And I went to, I'll say where I went, Woodman's in Oak Creek, and it was $2.99 a gallon.
I saw some other people post pictures of $2.99.
So,
gas.
I mean, I've said this over and over again from a political strategist point of view, if you make it about, usually it's gas and groceries.
Yeah. Yep.
But one of those things goes by the wayside, and if gas, and there's all kinds of theories of conspiracy and otherwise about why that is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's open, the president's opening the reserves, and push that to the side.
Right.
Sometimes gas goes up, sometimes it goes down. I guess the question is it dangerous from a political perspective running a campaign when you tie yourself to the economic argument when gas starts getting down and maybe groceries comes down too?
Yeah, especially when our political memory is really short term, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't remember a lot. Like, oh, what was it like 6 months ago? Yes, we remember what it was like when mortgage rates were at 2 or 3%, right? And those longer, bigger picture issues. But you're right. If gas comes down is $2 a gallon, let's say, on election day, who does that help? If it's $4 on election day, who does that help? If your eggs all of a sudden are $6 a dozen or $2 a dozen, who does that help on election day?
And if you want an example of this, look at some of the social media buzz when it comes to 401k's market performance.
Yeah.
Everybody's taking credit when it's up, and then when it goes down, it's the president's fault. It's just this microcosm of how politics are played now. If you haven't voted on the show poll, it's on the twits. You know how to find it. If you're on the Elon Musk platform, you can vote. Just let me know 1 to 10 where you're at. If you're not on the twits, just give me a shout out, 855-616-1620. 1 being, I'm just all in on the politics. 10 being, you're sick and tired. If I see another candidate on TV or an ad, I'm just going to throw up. So that would be the worst.
And just wait, the ad, I mean...
Oh, we're just getting started.
Labor Day is like the unofficial kickoff to the final sprint, right? Like you think you're seeing a lot of TV ads in Wisconsin now? Just wait.
Texter says the reason she took off was their wedding anniversary.
Oh.
Kamala Harris was apparently last week.
It was.
So maybe like a weekend getaway. Did they go to like Niagara Falls?
Everyone loves a little weekend getaway, right?
Did you have a weekend getaway after working hard all week in the DNC?
No, I had a weekend at home, which was perfect.
There you go.
I didn't do much.
That was the opposite of me. I worked all weekend.
Yeah, but you're a workhorse.
I am. All right. Somebody sent me a text. I paid $1.35 for gas this morning. That's not possible.
Where was that?
All right, texter, tell me where that is. And did you use discount, like some sort of discount? Because I know if you shop at certain stores, you can get.
Go down to Chicago. When we were down there, gas prices, 4+.
Yeah. Big city, big gas prices. All right, we're just getting warmed up with Matt Smith, political director at Channel 12, WISN in Milwaukee. We will answer your questions if you have a good one. It's relevant to politics on this Monday. We got news with Connie Weber coming up, and then, of course, the latest ABC. Another half hour to spin some politics for you. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I don't spin. Is that too self-promoting? Maybe it is. Who cares? It's Monday.
It's your show.
It is my show. Although they call it the Political Power Hour with Steve Scaffidi.
I think you can say whatever you want.
I can.
Yeah.
Well, almost.
Almost. Okay.
Have to listen to what the FCC says, right? All right, Matt Smith.
Good rule to
Take
follow.
a quick break here. 620 WTMJ.
Dr. Ken's mind is fine as aged wine, let me tell you.
This is The Truth on WTMJ.
But this presidential election has taken us as American voters to the next level.
With Dr. Ken Harris and Denise Thomas.
That not all of us are actually liberal, not all of us are actually conservative, not all of the three of us are. Like, we have all sorts of different views and points.
Sunday night starting at 7, right here on WTMJ.
You're hearing it every day. Another political ad, another agenda. But no matter what happens in this election or the next, you still have the power to control your financial future. Elections can impact a lot of things, including the stock market, inflation, and taxes. And if you're thinking about retirement, I'd love to get you our Retirement Ready Toolkit to prepare you for the retirement you've always envisioned. Our team of advisors at Drake & Associates will show you how your savings might be affected and what you can do now to help prepare. Don't let this election or any election control your retirement future. Call or text PREPARE to 414-441-5451 to get your complimentary Retirement Ready Toolkit. That's PREPARE to 414-441-5451.
Investment advisory services provided by Drake & Associates, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Insurance products are offered through a separate company, Loft Financial Advisory Group, LLC, a Wisconsin insurance agency. Clients are under no obligation to purchase any recommended insurance products.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from Three Pillars resident Lola.
When I was new, I come in and sit down, and people join me. And you get to know people, talk about feeling welcome. Art class is first early in the morning. Right now, I'm also involved in being a production assistant with a theater group. Every month, they have a supper club with a different theme. First one that I went to, they had a luau. I am so lucky to have ended up in this place, and I think it's one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
For your next exterior remodeling project, we know you're not asking a lot from us. You want the right products for your situation, you want a few different financing options that can make your project affordable, and you want us to do a good job with minimal disruption to your life. And this one's important. You want a warranty that matters. And we know that checking every box makes all the difference. You might be surprised at how many moving parts go into it, but we have just the right people in all the right places to pull that off every day and make it look easy. The company we have took us 21 years to build. It's an awesome place to work because we never stop improving it. And we think we can do this work so well that we can actually change the reputation of exterior remodelers long term. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Ask about our finance options.
What's your biggest concern that you see in Wisconsin in terms of winning the state? As you know, 10, 20, 30,000 at best voters are going to decide that.
Well, that's what's the biggest concern. It's just going to be close. We're back to the core 7 battlegrounds in the Congressional District of Nebraska. If you look at them, you know, yes, if you don't win in Wisconsin and you win in Arizona, they're close in electoral votes. Yeah. But Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania still, I think, are at the top of the list in terms of where you want to put your effort. But now you've got and here's where the excitement matters. She'll have the financial resources and the people resources while you're throwing everything you can into Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And I mean everything.
That is from Up Front, and the host of Up Front sitting right here. One of the best shows on politics in the state of Wisconsin and beyond. You can find it on their website, too. And I encourage you to watch it because you hear from all the players, candidates, handlers, I mean, you name it. And David Plouffe is former Obama.
Yeah, ran Obama's campaign in 2008. Yep. The Harris team just brought him on once she became the nominee. And listen to what you said there. we're putting everything into Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania.
What we talked about before.
Yeah.
This is the state, the pivot point of this election, and hopefully, and I think we saw it in the primary. I mean, primaries are primaries, but that was pretty good turnout, best in like 60 years or whatever it was. I anticipate, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Dane County might break records, and they already break records.
It could.
And it's crazy. And interesting little piece, and I forgot who told me this. It might have been Charles Franklin, maybe somebody else.
Yeah.
Dane County has added population in that area, which is essentially the additional people is the margin of the last presidential election. So it's crazy.
Exploding in population.
And that's obviously a stronghold for Dems. The news isn't as bright on the Republican side. All right. So we have a half hour left with Matt Smith. We got local news coming up, and certainly with Connie Weber, who is always great on our news delivery because she's a pro and a pro's pro, and I love talking to Connie. Got a chance to meet her not too long ago, which was a real treat. All right, so next half hour, we're going to sort of break down some of the big issues from a journalist perspective. Monday's all about journalists, always has been, always will on the Political Power Hour. Matt Smith will join us. He's the political director at Channel 12 in town. No connection to the radio WISN, correct?
No, we lost that connection decades ago.
Lots of noise in that arena last week. We'll see if that quiets down. So lots to get to. If you have a thought, send it our way. Connie Weber, local. Before we get to any of that, the latest from ABC.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. To mark the third anniversary of the deaths of 13 U.S. service members during the pullout from Afghanistan, there's a wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery this morning. Former President Donald Trump in attendance, Vice President Harris and President Biden both issuing statements marking the day. ABC's Selena Wang has more on the presidential candidates' movements this week.
Trump ramping up his campaigning to counter Harris's rise. Her campaign reporting they've raised more than $500 million in just over a month, with the most donations pouring in the hour after her acceptance speech at the Democratic National Convention on Thursday night. Harris striking a moderate tone, trying to appeal to independents.
Italian media reporting this morning the captain of the super yacht that sank last week off Sicily is being investigated on possible manslaughter charges and for allegedly causing a shipwreck. A warning about the rise in West Nile virus. Nearly 36 states reporting higher activity. This is ABC.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time 9:31. Decision, Wisconsin. Donald Trump coming back to the Badger State. He'll hold a town hall discussion in La Crosse Thursday. It'll be the former president's first trip to Wisconsin since the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. His running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, has been in Wisconsin each of the past 3 weeks. Trump campaign told the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel the former president will meet with voters in La Crosse to listen to their concerns and share his promising agenda to make America affordable again. He's expected to appear at the La Crosse Center around 6 o'clock Thursday night. Classes will begin at Hawthorne School September 3rd despite a crash into that school over the weekend. Images show a damaged side door entryway with a car that came to rust down the hallway. One person went to the hospital. Not clear what caused the crash. Significant new information expected tomorrow in a 31-year-old Pleasant Prairie cold case. In 1993, a photographer walking along railroad tracks in Pleasant Prairie found a body. Now, advanced testing detailed the man was Native American. Investigators have narrowed down locations where the man possibly has family. You can see facial reconstruction of the victim at WTMJ.com. Time for some news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up 213 points at 41,410. The NASDAQ is down. The NASDAQ is down 174, 17,703. S&P 500 is down 11 points at 5,623. Get an honest opinion of where you are financially and where you're headed. Work with the fee-only fiduciary. Start at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Right shoulder blocked due to a crash. I-41 south at Lincoln Avenue. Little bit of slowing in the construction zones. I-43 north and southbound Brown Deer Road to downtown, but no other major problems this hour. Heat could be a problem today. Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. There is an excessive heat warning from 1 to 8 today for Dodge, Jefferson, and Walworth counties. A heat advisory from 1 to 8 today for Milwaukee, Racine, Waukesha, Washington, Fond du Lac, and Kenosha counties. It is going to be hot and humid today with highs 90 to 94, but a heat index of 95 to 105. There is an excessive heat watch tomorrow for all of southeast Wisconsin from 1 to 8. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, chances of storms. That heat index 100 100 to 110 after an overnight low of 73 tonight. Partly cloudy and 80 Wednesday, partly cloudy 80 on Thursday with just a chance of storms, and partly cloudy Friday with a chance of storms at a high of 82. Right now, Madison's at 79 also in Green Bay, 81 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber, Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:34.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
Who do you support?
I'm sorry?
I want to know which side you support.
Oh, we support the right.
Ah.
And the left.
What?
The front and back, too.
I don't understand.
No matter which side you sleep on, we support you. And right now, we're providing extra support.
How's that?
Purchase a new Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, or Serta Perfect Sleeper through Monday and get a strong, supportive box spring free.
Oh.
Shop an employee-free showroom and get a Beauty Sleep by Beauty Rest Elm Cove Sea Queen mattress. Others sell it for $1,799, but Hasselus has it for just $942. Check out the super low pricing on Sealy Posturepedic and Serta Perfect Sleeper too.
Wow.
Plus, free next day delivery and haul away of your old mattress.
And a free box spring?
Yes, because you deserve our full support.
Well, you got my vote.
Now through Monday at Hasselus Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find a self-service employee-free showroom near you at hasselus.com.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. It's your knee that's bugging you, right? Or is it your back? For some of us, it's the hips. Achy joints with pain you can't get over. Well, there is a way to fix it. There is a way to get lasting pain relief using your own body's healing properties. It's all thanks to QC Kinetics, advanced regenerative medicine. QC Kinetics can help enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing all the fun things you like to do without pain. No surgery, no painkillers, and no downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using cellular therapies. If you want to learn more, the consultations are free. You can set up an appointment at QC Kinetics. They have clinics in Mequon and in Greenfield. Here's the number, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call now and get lasting joint pain relief with the help from QC Kinetics. 414-285-3474.
Thank you, Connie Weber, for that news update. All right, Matt Smith joining us, Channel 12 political director. All right, so we were kind of skirting around this before. So the big news towards the end of the week was the RFK endorsement of Donald Trump. So pulling himself out of he's going to stay in the states where it actually can help Donald Trump, which is sort of an interesting dynamic. I'm just going to pick and choose the ones that help the guy that I'm now aligned with.
Right.
So the texter asked this question from the 414. Do you think the RFK endorsement with Trump will have much of an impact for Trump? I know you're a journalist, so you're not going to necessarily weigh on that part of it, but it certainly, Matt, has an impact on this race.
Yeah, so listen, I mean, he still may appear on Wisconsin's ballot.
Yes,
the elections,
that has to be decided.
Yeah, the Elections Commission is meeting tomorrow, and the Election Commission staff has recommended to the bipartisan commission that his name appear on the ballot. He collected the signatures. He had the nomination. So tomorrow will be a big day just in terms of what this ballot may look like. And the question is, if people think he has dropped out, do they still vote for him? Do they not know? And what impact, even if it's 1 or 2%, that could shift things.
Yeah, and you and I were talking during the break, 2016, we have the Green Party in the race. Obviously, Donald Trump wins. It hurts Hillary Clinton. Last time, the opposite thing happens, where Donald Trump didn't benefit. So, I mean, this decision, given how close the state is, which kind of parlays into the other comment that someone just made, is Wisconsin switching from a 50-50 state to maybe a lean Democrat? I don't think we're there yet.
Well, we're in the midst of a lawsuit now with the Green Party.
Yeah.
There's an effort from Republicans to get the Green Party and Jill Stein off of the ballot, and that is quickly moving through the courts even as we speak. Some developments Friday with arguments, some developments happening likely early this week. So, I mean, the big question is how many names are going to be on the ballot, and what does that do? The Green Party had a huge impact, as you just said, in 2016 with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. What does this look like in 2024 in Wisconsin?
A couple of texters asked, because we were talking about the DNC, what you thought was the biggest moment. I mean, obviously the speech by the vice president's naturally going to be one of the highlights, but was there another moment from a journalist's perspective that you saw that really stood out?
There were a number of moments that I thought were interesting, right? For both parties, this was the first convention since 2016. the amount of applause Hillary Clinton received when she came out on stage was noteworthy. It extended for a couple of minutes. So it was fascinating to me that here we are 8 years past 2016 when I think a lot of people, a lot of Democrats were upset with her and her campaign and how she campaigned or didn't campaign, didn't come to Wisconsin. There was a major reception, and a lot of this felt like those old-time Democrats, not old, but you know what I'm saying, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, like this was somewhat their farewell as they were passing the baton to a younger generation. And being in the arena and in the room, that's kind of what it felt like for some of these moments.
One of the texters mentioned the Adam Kinzinger speech. So whatever your thoughts are about politics, to have a member, now he's not in Congress anymore.
Right.
And obviously was part of the, the January 6th committee and a very strong critic of Donald Trump. To have a member, former Republican congressman from Illinois, now out of office, at a DNC is pretty remarkable. But I would also argue it's certainly the what's the right word? The chaotic aspect of politics 2024.
Of the time we're in. He was definitely not booed. I mean, the cheers were not as loud as they were for others.
It wasn't like a you-rah-rah, but it's like, listen to this guy. What is he saying?
Yeah, but I didn't hear boos. And what I've heard from the Trump campaign and seen from the Trump campaign as well in recent days, saying they're not going to bring out more Democrats who are for Trump. So there's this Republicans who are for Harris and Democrats who are for Trump. They're now going to try to go 1-1, and we're going to see how that all plays out. To see if, I mean, there likely will be some crossover voters in Wisconsin, right? Like we split our tickets sometimes.
Somebody asked me this question. I was at an event last Friday, Citizen of the Year in Oak Creek. And congrats to Catherine Risky, who was our awardee, our honoree. Do you think that this election, 2024 November, is like going to be the high water mark or the pivot point where politics starts to shift in a different direction? What I mean by that is very hyper aggressive, very volatile, very chaotic. You pick a term you want or a phrase you want to use. And obviously, depending on what happens, we could see sort of a pullback into more traditional versions of the Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't it wild? Think about it.
I mean, I think a lot of people thought maybe that was 2020. And here we are today. I think you will talk to Republicans and Democrats who will both tell you from both parties, we need to cool it, right? Wherever that's coming from, they may think that's coming from different directions and different locations, but there is this consensus among some that let's just lower the temperature just a little bit.
Always good advice. See, Matt Smith, not just a great journalist, but also lowering the temperature in the room. Even though it's going to be one of the hottest days of the year today.
Yeah, it was hot this morning.
It was in the 80s already.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I was on a boat in Lake Michigan this morning.
Yeah, who can complain with that?
I cannot complain. I'm not complaining. All right, so we'll take a break. Matt Smith will stick around after the break. What is he going to be looking forward to in the next week covering politics? We'll see what's on his little doodle pad, or what do you call your little reporter's
doodle
notebook?
Pad? Yeah, I like doodle pad.
Yeah,
that works.
That's an oldie term, but I like it. It's funny. All right, Matt Smith, yours truly, Steve Scaffidi, Political Power Hour, 620 WTMJ.
The Labor Day sale is on at your local running store. Get savings store-wide on all your favorite home, farm, and outdoor gear for fall. Prepare for the hunt with a full line of decoys, ammo, and firearms. Get the jobs you need done with screws from Big Timber and Milwaukee Tools. Get 20% off on Carhartt denim pants and save on a full lineup of clothing and footwear. Pets are always welcome at Runnings. Get savings on the best foods from Nutrisource, Victor, and Hill Science Diet. Runnings now with 80 locations. Go to runnings.com for a store near you.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi for Advent. I've told you about the tossing and turning, snoring. If you're a snorer, do something about it. I did. I went to Advent. Before I ever was a spokesperson, I went there and said, help me sleep. And my poor wife, Kathy, had to listen to all that nonsense. I went to Advent, 30 minutes. Now, everybody's different problems, different solutions. They put me at ease. They answered all my questions. We added in a really simple sleep study at home in my own bed. They determined my problems, sinuses and nasal passage in my breathing triangle. Short procedure. Since that time, and it's probably been, 3.5 years, 4 years, I sleep through the whole night. Uninterrupted, restful sleep. That's why I'm always in such a good mood on the radio, because I did something about it. If you struggle like I did, take the time to see if Advent can help you. To find out breathing well and sleeping well can make your nights better. Go to adventknows.com, schedule an appointment today, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
The Parker bedroom is Penny Mustard's most popular Louis Philippe-inspired design.
Louis who?
He was the king of France.
The Parker bedroom is a classic.
Solid wood construction, forever tight bed brackets,
and hidden storage compartments in every piece.
I love France.
Really?
Especially the fries.
Oh.
And the toast.
The Parker bedroom, starting at just $280 a month with only 1 penny down and no interest till September of 2027 through September 8th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
The Mind Chef restaurant in Hartford and Oshkosh just lowered their dine-in Wednesday and Friday fish fry price to $4.99. Kids and grandkids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Sunday through Thursday. Call and reserve mindchefrestaurant.com.
Downtown Milwaukee is the place to be for summer fun. Festa Italiana kicks off its 3-day celebration today at the Italian Community Center. Plus, the Frank Mott's International Kite Festival is back at the lakefront Saturday and Sunday. Head to Veterans Park for a dazzling display of hundreds of kites in all shapes and sizes. So come on down. Experience downtown in every sense. Go to MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
Your only option is to replace your air conditioner, your boiler, your furnace. Vince Vitrano here for Absolute Comfort, HVAC, and Electrical, talking with the owner, Nicole. How about a second opinion?
Yes, our approach is different than most. We care for your home like it is our own. As owners, we personally come in and provide a variety of options to help you make the best decision for you and your family. So before you do any work, you can get our professional opinion that you can trust.
Absolute Comfort, HVAC, and Electrical, 262-664-9284, yourcomfortguys.com.
Oh, I sense a theme. Rain. Yeah. Although it's not going to rain here, Matt Smith. It's going to be dry and hot.
It's going to be hot.
How come we don't have those? Let's talk weather, since neither one of us have been. Isn't this when we get the crazy weather and it gets super hot and then we get the storms? No, that's not happening.
I think there might be storms tomorrow.
Okay. Is that a prediction?
Afternoon. That's a prediction.
Because the weather people hate when you have the who's at your station?
Mark Baden.
Oh, Baden's the
Baden.
best. Mark Baden. Is he about ready to retire?
You know?
He's younger than me.
I don't think so.
He's younger than me.
He's got a few years left, right?
I think he does.
Unless I start predicting the forecast accurately, who knows?
Well,
Just
we'll
kidding.
see.
I don't want to do weather.
You predicted it, so we'll see.
You
what
think
happens.
political reporters get a lot of hate email? Just imagine being a forecaster.
You and I were talking. For some reason, this week I got more hate mail than ever.
Yeah. Do you respond?
I tried to.
Yeah.
In a dignified way. But I did block somebody because it was like hyper personal. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Take the temperature down.
Yes, exactly, as you said earlier. All right, so what I always want to do when I have journalists on, and it's you or anybody else that's on Monday, what's in your reporter's notebook for this week? What are you paying attention to? What's on your radar? What are you going to talk about on your news hits?
Yeah, there's a lot. So there's a lot happening this week, as there is every week, right? So I think we have to look to the Elections Commission tomorrow and some decisions they're going to make about ballot access. We need to follow this lawsuit with the Green Party candidate because that's ultimately going to decide a lot of things. What our ballot looks like in November, all of the names. If it's just Harris and Trump, that's different than if there's 4 or 5 candidates on the ballot. And this is the reason there are lawsuits filed. And, there's a lot of politics behind all of this. So that's going to be interesting to watch. We have a number of campaign stops across the state. Surrogates are going to be in town. Trump will be in La Crosse on Thursday for a town hall. So that's going to be interesting, just to see the format, like what a town hall, what the campaign is going to put together for that, what he's going to say, and then what develops with this debate a week and a half out. If there's any sense of, is this going to happen, or is it going to be until the night of? Are we not going to know until the cameras turn on and there are 2 candidates on stage or not?
Somebody asked this question earlier on the text line, 855-616-1620, if you want to jump in with a question or comment. Should we read anything into where the candidates are appearing in Wisconsin?
Yeah, listen,
I guess, right?
Yeah, Western Wisconsin is really critical. Republicans have done a really good job of winning over the western part of the state. What used to be some more Democratic area, right?
Oh, Derek Van Orden is there now. So
rural Wisconsin has become incredibly red. What Republicans need to do is to keep those red margins as high, if not higher, than 20 and 16, because we just talked about Madison. We talked about Dane County and the population growth and the massive amount of Democrats they're seeing vote in Dane County. Not as much in Milwaukee County, but if Milwaukee County gets out and Dane County, if those both have higher turnouts, Republicans need to overperform in the rest of the state.
Somebody asked about, I lost it there. Oh, here it is. When you look at the state of Wisconsin, do we get the sense that we are going to see a focused campaign on an issue? I'm paraphrasing because it's like a paragraph long. Is it one issue that's driving these appearances? I don't know that that's true.
No.
I know that gas and groceries is the popular one.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think this is all about getting the candidates out in front of Wisconsin voters and, ensuring your base, Democrats and Republicans, get to the polls. Like, that is essential. And then you have these 10, 20, 30,000 voters that are going to decide this and convincing them who they're going to vote for. Because believe it or not, there probably are still some people out there who haven't made up their mind if they're going to vote for Harris or Trump and what they think of the candidates or the parties.
I don't think we got to this earlier. So the poll numbers post DNC, there's going to be a lot of curiosity to see. Because we've already, before the DNC started, the arrival of Kamala Harris replacing Joe Biden, we saw a bump.
Yep. And a bump leveled it out in Wisconsin, right?
Yes. It became the race we thought we were going to have.
Yes. So a bump doesn't necessarily mean she's all of a sudden blowing Trump out of the water in these battleground states. It's making it competitive. We've seen in the 5 weeks since she entered, maybe she has a 1.2 point lead. Trump has a 1.2 lead in other states. So Republicans and Democrats are both saying, listen, we expect probably some post-convention boost. Whether that lasts or not, she hasn't done interviews yet. She hasn't done news conferences. She hasn't had to talk a lot about policy or face questions. Those are going to be defining moments, not only in the debate, but once those appearances start to ramp up between now and Election Day.
I'm glad you raised that question because you're a journalist.
Yeah.
You cover politics. Do you think she is going to do an interview with the George Stephanopoulos or the Nora O'Donnells or somebody in the next 2 weeks?
Listen, they said she was going to sit down for her first interview by the end of the month. The campaign, David Plouffe told me that again this past week. So it appears that that's going to happen by the end of the month.
Well, that's this week.
That is, I guess that's this week.
Yeah. By Sunday, that's the end of the month.
Yeah, you're right. Holy cow. Here we are, end of August. Yeah. But so, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see. That's what they have indicated. I don't know if you necessarily want to, or maybe you do, who roll out an interview over Labor Day weekend when nobody's watching and everyone's on vacation, for the last hurrah. But she's going to face pressure to do more of these, to be in town hall settings, to do the debates, and how those performances lay out. We used to say, right, debates don't matter. Well, debates matter.
In this race, this year, they matter.
Yeah.
Here's my request, selfish request. Do not fly into Milwaukee on Sunday or Saturday because I'm leaving for Las Vegas Sunday morning or very early. Don't screw up my travel plan.
Your trip to Vegas. Wouldn't that be something? You're grounded.
No, don't even think that, Matt Smith. Do not even suggest
that into the atmosphere.
Stay out of Wisconsin on Sunday morning. That's all I'm saying. All right, we'll wrap it up with Matt Smith, Channel 12 political director, after this on 620 WTMJ.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch.
Go to a place of safety now. A tornado warning is in effect.
The danger in the thunderstorm alone is definitely there with wind gusts where it's at 50 miles per hour and lots of lightning in the storm system.
Keeping you updated on the weather so you can keep you and your family safe with severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Let us explain. If you buy a diamond at Diamonds Direct today and decide in the future you want to upgrade to a larger diamond, Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. For example, let's say you bought her a $5,000 diamond last year, but now she wants to upgrade to a $6,000 diamond. Diamonds Direct will give you $5,500 toward the new one. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Whether that first diamond was $3,000 or $30,000, you get 10% more. Who else does this. And unlike other stores who claim to offer diamond upgrades, at Diamonds Direct, there's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Come and discover real value and buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Diamonds Direct. Now open in Wauwatosa.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited. First and directly, sidingunlimited.com.
We love being a trusted friend in the community for those who need an attorney but don't know where to turn. Our clients aren't the kind of people who typically bring lawsuits. Our clients have been hurt in a crash or accident and need our help and advice. I'm Frank Pasternak of Pasternak & Zergabel. Jeff Zergabel and I are injury attorneys living, working, and giving back in our community. When you need help from exceptional personal injury lawyers, go to Pasternak & Zergabel at injurywisconsin.com.
I love the Fox and Hounds, voted the best supper club in the area and serving fabulous meals for almost 90 years in their rustic timber building. WTMJ's John Mercure here. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free always. Desserts, too. It's the best dining value in the state. Steak, seafood, pasta, even the steak and lobster, and prime rib on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Your second dinner is free as you dine in one of the 8 elegant dining rooms. Relax with your favorite beverage on the patio in the woods. It's spectacular. Incredible place to have a drink. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. Wherever you live, it's worth the beautiful drive through the Kettle Moraine Forest to the Fox and Hounds, a summer must-see. Gift cards are perfect year-round gifts, as your second dinner is always free, FREE free. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Brighten up your Monday and Tuesday with a free dinner tonight. Tables are open at my favorite place, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Last couple minutes with Matt Smith, outstanding host of Upfront on Channel 12 ISN, and political director there. And he spends every other week he sits in studio with me, and we kind of talk politics from a journalist perspective. And we're just talking about this. I'm not a journalist. I talk about politics. You're a journalist. You cover politics. This is sort of an off-the-wall question, but you've been doing this for a while, more than 10 years, right?
Oh, yeah, almost 20 years.
Is it all here in this market?
No, I've been in Green Bay.
Oh, that's right, Green Bay.
Indianapolis for a few years.
I hate Indianapolis.
Really?
Just kidding. It's not one of my favorite places.
It's an interesting city.
It is. Interesting is a good way to put it.
And then back here in Milwaukee.
All right, so looking at the previous elections you've covered, this is by far the craziest, correct?
Yeah, you know what? I've said to people, it's going to be so fascinating 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, when we look back at 2024. There's so much that's happened. Even in just the small period between the RNC and now, the assassination attempt, the RNC, Biden dropping out, the DNC, that is an avalanche of things happening.
Yeah. Let's make politics normal again. If there's such a thing.
Bumper sticker.
Yeah. Can I put that on your car?
I think so.
I never allow a bumper sticker on my car.
I've never had one either. Yeah. I can't see you with a bumper sticker on your car.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that.
No.
That would, because I'm pretty anal about the car. I vacuum my own car. I can see that. I have the plug-in vacuum in my garage.
How often?
Pretty often, once a week, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You?
Yeah, I mean, not as much as I should. I have kids, so everything's a disaster.
See, we cover all the bases here. We're talking about car care on a hot day. Matt Smith, you're always good and always welcome to this show.
It's been fun. It's a great way to start the Monday, right?
It is. Now you can go do your real job. Matt Smith, political director of Channel 12 WISN in Milwaukee. All right, we're just getting warmed up. Jeff Sherman, little thing we call the upswing. Who knows what he's got up his sleeve? We'll find out after this and after the news right here on 620 WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Landworks, the locally owned landscape company. They'll elevate the look of your home or your business. They're doing that at our house. Landworks is different because of the customer service. I can tell you firsthand, from beginning to end, you have one person who's your initial point of contact all the way through the process. LandworksWisconsin.com. Get started today. They'll take your yard, make it more beautiful. They'll take your beautiful yard and elevate it even more. It's LandworksWisconsin.com. They do it the right way at Landworks.
Gorgeous new roofs, showstopper siding, or classic brick and stonework. How about modern windows and regal doors that'll make your chin hit the floor? To a lot of people, having these things can really make them enjoy where they live. It makes them proud. But there's always one thing standing in the way. How do I make that happen? At Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, we have excellent financing options for most people in most situations. 12 months, no interest, no payments, and exceptional rates for long-term loans that will beat your bank with no additional